You know, we spend about a third of our lives completely asleep. But what if all that time isn't just for rest? What if it's for travel? Today, we are diving deep into that idea as we navigate the dream multiverse. So let's just start with a really big question, one that could totally change how you think about your own mind. What if your dreams, all those weird random scenarios, aren't random at all? What if they're actually echoes, little glimpses into parallel worlds? Okay, first, let's talk about the conventional view, right? Most of science tells us that dreaming is pretty simple. It's just our brain's way of sorting through the day, filing away memories, processing emotions. It's basically a nightly defrag for our mental hard drive. But there's another proposal, and it's way more radical. So you've got the standard view, dreams are just meaningless mental noise, right? But then there's this other idea, that dreams are experiential echoes from parallel worlds. They're not just replays of your day. They're active doorways, thresholds to alternate timelines. And this gets us to the really cool part, thinking of dreams as a playground for what some people call quantum awareness. The idea here is that this isn't just about psychology anymore, it's about physics. It's the notion that our consciousness can actually tap into the very fabric of reality while we're asleep. So you're probably asking, is there any actual science to back this up? Well, let's get into it. This brings us to quantum and size states, or as I like to call it, the science of the unseen. To really get this, we need a quick refresher on the multiverse. It's a theory that says reality isn't just one straight line. Instead, it's like an infinitely branching tree. Every single choice you make, turning left instead of right, taking a job or not, well, that creates a new branch, a whole new timeline. Which means, yeah, there's a version of you out there that made the other choice, living their life right now. And this is where it gets wild. Researchers like Dean Radin are suggesting that consciousness is non-local. What does that mean? It means it isn't just stuck inside your brain. It can actually receive information from beyond our five senses, almost like a radio receiver tuning into signals that we're not normally even aware of. Radin's experiments on precognition, basically knowing the future, led to this really startling idea. It's super simple, but it's also incredibly profound. The body knows what the conscious mind does not. Our physical systems, our gut feelings, they might actually be getting a sneak peek of what's about to happen. So how much of a sneak peek are we talking about here? Get this, 2 seconds. In his experiments, people's nervous systems would physically react to a shocking image 2 full seconds before it even appeared on the screen. Think about that. That's a measurable physical reaction to a future event. It's like our body is getting a signal from a moment just ahead in time. So what on earth does this have to do with dreams? Well, the theory goes that the dream state is the absolute perfect environment for this stuff to happen. When our waking senses are powered down, our minds get much more sensitive. We might be able to tap into this quantum web of information that exists way beyond our normal everyday perception. But this idea, it isn't new, not by a long shot. In fact, if we look back through history, we can find what you could call ancient maps of consciousness. All this wisdom about these states passed down through time. The Upanishads, these ancient Indian texts, have this absolutely beautiful metaphor for it. They say our consciousness is like a great fish swimming between two banks, the bank of waking and the bank of dreaming. There are different shores, for sure, but it's all the same river. It's a continuum. Tibetan Buddhism makes this really critical distinction. On the one hand, you've got ordinary dreams, just the leftover stuff from your day. But then you have what they call dreams of clarity. This is where the dreamer becomes lucid, totally aware that they're dreaming, and can even start to manipulate the dreamscape. This is basically seen as training for navigating alternate realities. And this isn't just some abstract philosophy. It's a practical discipline called Tibetan Dream Yoga. The path is actually laid out in steps. First, become lucid. Then, recognize that everything you're seeing is mind-made. And finally, you can attain this state of pure awareness they call clear light sleep. They treat it like a serious form of mental training. Okay, so this brings us to the really practical part. How can you actually learn to navigate these timelines? This is where we move from theory into skill, and it all starts with lucid dreaming. Once you go lucid, the dream becomes your own personal laboratory. You can explore different versions of yourself. You can rehearse that difficult conversation you need to have. You can try to align with a reality you want to create. And it's so effective that studies actually show practicing a skill in a lucid dream, like playing the piano, can literally improve your performance when you're awake. How cool is that? This can even lead to a deeper experience, something called altered embodiment, which you might know better as astral projection. Now, the key idea here isn't that your soul is literally leaving your body. It's more about your consciousness reframing its own boundaries, a really profound shift in how you perceive yourself and the space around you. So whether you call it lucid dreaming or altered embodiment, these things aren't just mysterious adventures. They're actually seen as a kind of training, a rehearsal for consciously choosing which branch of reality, which timeline you want to experience next. So let's pull all of these threads together. This is the multiverse within you, a completely new reality. This might be the biggest takeaway of all. The idea that each night you don't leave reality when you fall asleep, you actually enter more of it. All of a sudden, sleep stops being an escape and becomes this incredible expansion of your consciousness. This totally changes the relationship we can have with our own minds. When you see it this way, dreams aren't the opposite of your waking life, they're the completion of it. They show you the other half of the picture, that vast, incredible field of possibility that surrounds our everyday reality. So the ultimate goal here is this. By becoming conscious inside your dreams, you start to become conscious of a larger self, a self that isn't just limited to this one body or this one timeline. You begin to access the full, incredible scope of who you really are across all possibilities. Which brings us to one final thought. The multiverse, it's not just some theory in a physics textbook. It's an invitation, and it's one that's handed to you every single night. The only question is, where will you go?
Thank you for watching. If something in this resonated with you, then you're already closer than you think. If you're ready to go deeper, there's a link below to my book, Quantum Manifestation: How to Collapse Time and Shift Timelines. This isn't theory. It's a framework you can actually use. Tap the link below and step into it.